We did everything together, and then he wanted time for himself.
What do you want to tell the public?
And then you were also not very nice to me. In the train I have been crying.
I've got 4 brothers. I don't see them anymore. So let's see if the clavier is hanging on the wall.
We are going to that side.
You go to that side, all right. And you want it then? That's the clavier. Right. I think this one will be nice next to my mother. Oh yes, oh yes. And that has to be the same height. Can you do it in this? I want it here. This is a good place. This is my mother, so this will be 1927, I think. And she's wearing a dress. And the dress we've got here. This is a baptism dress. And I got it years later. I knew she had it because I've seen it as a young child. And it was where you have got all those textiles, and there was it laying in a box. But one time I asked, can I have it? And so I got it from her. The family was not happy about it because someone wanted to have it for her children, but I got it and it's still mine. And when I'm dead, I don't know who it gets. Maybe it'll go back to the family. And the other thing and that's was something I was thinking of. Where is it now? Where have you got? Oh, I've got. Do you know where that is?
What?
That chair.
Yes.
Where is it?
It has
Yes.
to be here somewhere.
Yes, it has
Is
to
it
be.
not outside?
Is it outside? No. Yes, I'm sure we have that. This one I got from my mother. This is a chair from a church. And that's the church for my mother. And now it's standing as a wood thing. But this is from a church. But I have also that chair, but where is it? No idea. Where is that chair? Oh, maybe it's... Oh, yes. Oh, I'll show you. It was behind the paintings. And here's the... It's a bit... Kaduk. Yes. That's what you like, don't you? Turning around. My neck. Yeah, nice. All right, this is Noah. That's Noah is
Noah was one of the 5 puppies from Ami.
Ami. Yes, this is Ami. Oh, I don't think we're gonna hang these here. But this is Ami.
Maybe over here.
Ami is. We had Pax, I told you, and then we thought, all right, it would be nice to have a friend. So we bought Ami?
Now we could take her away from a goat farm.
Oh yes. And we came there and there were 2 dogs, me and another one. And we wanted them both, but we didn't get them. She was full with fleas and oh, she was awful. Yeah. And she was, our idea was a friend for Pax.
They lived for 15 years, almost 15 years together.
Yes.
But they were never
friends.
friends.
It was a bitch. It was really, she was very nice.
A bit like you.
All right, you go on drilling. I hate that, man. It's like that's the same. It's just the same like Pax and Ami. They were together, but they hated each other, like us. You see.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Another one from Noah.
Noah, yes. And then we've got
This little one.
Oh, that's that's.
You know
Yes,
where
I
it is
know.
from?
Yes, that was I have to explain it. That was the most horrible time in our relationship. Oh, I go outside. That was the most horrible time in our relationship. Yes, we also have horrible times. It's not only fun what you have. John and I were, how long were we together? 19 years. It's now 3 years ago, 4 years ago. John and I, we struggled with each other. And I had my illness, and I've got backstrap and a reuma, I think, and John is the one who always did everything, and that's good if it's on both sides a little equal. So 50-50. You do things and others do things. But at the end, at that moment, it was almost 90% John did everything, and I did my thing, but not in the house. And it was, our relationship was almost finished. We were good friends, but there was nothing anymore. And John wanted to have more time on himself, and I didn't understand it. We did everything together, and then he wanted time for himself. And I thought I didn't do anything. I didn't do the things right. And so at one moment, John went away for a weekend, and I was alone. And that was the first time in 15 years, in 17 years. We were always together, and it started me thinking, all right. I did a few things. I did a lot of things wrong, but was it? I don't know why. Yes, it's difficult to explain, but all right. John went away. He met someone. He had a lovely weekend. Yes, he had a lovely weekend. And I was alone, and I was thinking, all right, this is gonna be the end of that relationship. And John came back, and we talked. And after a few weeks, John wanted to see that man again. And I thought, all right, then I think I have to go on my own. We split, and that's it. And there was no fight. It was. We both had something. Oh, that's the end. So I was a few days alone, and John went to that man who was living in Switzerland, I believe, or Austria. I don't know. And when he came back, I had something. All right, we split, and he said he thought about everything and thought, no, this was a flirt. This was something for a short time, and it was nice. It was sexual. And he learned a lot from that man, but I gave him this picture when he went alone away that weekend. Something like, think about me. I love you, standing there. So, yeah, that's I can't explain. Maybe John, it's difficult to explain what this picture is. Maybe John can tell. Hello, sir. So, explain me this picture. What do you want to tell about it?
I found it in my...
If you think John is looking a little blurry, yes, that's...
You want me to come outside?
Yes, come outside. I told the viewers about our struggle and about our life, how it was at that moment. Mm-hmm. And then you went away, and I gave you this picture.
No, I found it in my purse.
Yes, all right. And then, what happened? What was?
What happened? Well, I had the weekend.
What do you want to tell the public, and what do you don't want to tell?
No, I was a few days away to think about a lot of stuff. About myself, about my parents, about you, about my relationship, about my life.
Yes.
You didn't thought about before about it, or why was it? Was it?
No, but there had happened so much from 2015 till 2019, and I haven't gave myself in that time the time to think about everything, because it was only working. But I had cut the contact with my parents. I had to deal with that. The year after that, during the year after that, there was a lot of things that came back in my head, or that came from closet doors which were opened. So it was a little bit too much. And then you were also not very nice to me, so it was a good time to leave for 3 days.
Yes, and then?
And then?
Yeah, what happened then? Because we're now together. I think we're together. I'm not sure.
No, I came back.
Yeah.
And apparently those 3 days weren't enough. And during those 3 days I had met a Swiss guy, an older man. And 2 weeks later I went to visit him for a week or so, now 4 days.
4 days.
And well, when I was in the train on my way from Nîmes to Geneva, everything everything fell in place, and I didn't need to go anymore to visit him, but I still did, and I had a good time.
But the reason changed.
No, it was I was in the train. I have been crying a lot.
Yeah.
And no, not in the train, because there were a lot of people. When I was at the railway station in Lyon, I looked for a hidden spot, and there I had to cry a lot. And then it was for me clear what was bothering me and what was bothering between us. But I still did go, and when I came back,
and you had a lovely weekend.
No, those 3 days were good.
Yeah.
With him.
The first 3 days.
When I went the second time, it was good to have an hearing ear.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about you and about our relationships, and but it was nothing sexual, or it was just a guy who wanted to listen, and to give me advice, and who gave me advice.
And then we went on talking.
Yes, too much.
Yes.
Too much. And then we said,
yes, we talked, and sometimes you can talk too much, but Sarah and I hear a little bit, it's the story about that little picture. And that's all those pictures, there are stories for us. I think all the things in our house have a story.
No, but that's why I wanted to have those pictures back on the wall again.
Yeah, so let's see. We hang them on the wall, and let's see if we are hanging all right. But it was not a nice time. All right, that's us again.
The most little.
Yeah, the little one is the most horrible time.
No,
we won't.
It's the longer story. No,
the longer story.
That's not true, but.
All right, what do you want to hang then?
Okay.
I think I like this one. I don't know where.
But I like to. Out. Cut. Is dit midden?
Is that, yes, that's yes. All right, this is, yeah. I want to show the people the
Yeah,
things.
okay. You can show
Yeah,
it.
you have to work. Yes, sorry.
3.5. 3.5.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you see it's all perfect done. This is my mother. This is my mother. And that's me, you see. I was young.
And this one here?
Yes. And then the other one, that's my birth
card.
Bottom, yeah, my birth card. Little Paul. John's gonna drill and I go outside. My mother died in 2007. I had a very good relationship with my mother. I've got 4 brothers. I don't see them anymore. No, after she died, I just have contact with my eldest brother, and we will see them later when we were young. And my mother and I were fantastic. My father died at the age of 58. I was 25, and that was very difficult for her, not for us. I got it difficult later, but for her it was very difficult. He died at the moment he heard that he can go on pension, vet. And he heard that morning and evening he was dead on the street. So that was a collapse for my mother. And it took her 4 or 5 years before she was a little bit normal. And then she started a new life and doing a lot of things, social things. She was a very social person. And she worked a lot for the church in Holland. And at the age of 78, she fell down in front of the church. She broke her wrist. Then she came to France a few weeks later, and there's something with her leg, and that was no good. And from that moment on, it went on and on, worse and worse. And every time there was something happening. And in about 2.5 years, she was nothing anymore from the woman who did everything till someone who's sitting in a chair and didn't do anything. And she didn't want to go on. That's also a thing. She didn't want to go on with her life, and she broke her hip. And the second time she broke her hip was the worst time. So finally she died at the age of 81. But she was a fantastic mother for me. I don't know. No, it's for me. How my brother thinks, I don't know. There happened a lot of things the last few years. It was very difficult for her and for me that we were so far away. Because she's been in France and she's seen how we started. But yeah, when you live here or in France and your mother's living in Holland, that's very difficult. We hadn't got the money to travel every 2-3 months, so I phoned her every day. And but at the end, yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult for me. And after she died, I thought, all right, do I want to see my brothers again? Do I want to? And I thought, no. My elderly brother, we call 2-3 times a year, and no problem with it. That's a bit of thing of our life. I don't have I'm not contacted with my brothers. John didn't have contact the last few years with his parents. His father died 2-3 years ago. That's life. You have to choose. You can go on the way you live, and you can say, no, this I don't want to do this on this way, so I quit with this friendship, with the family relationship. Yeah, you can do. So let's see. Oh no, he's out. He's now down. So let's see how he is going on.
It hangs
Hangs?
a bit up and down.
What hangs? It hangs a bit up and down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
but I like it. I like it